morning, Joshua here, and welcome back to a new video. And today we are going to be beginning a new reviewing of my favorite episodes, and we are going to be doing it on Henry Danger, which I love this show. It's another one up there with the Thundermans when it comes to the Nick shows, live action like shows. And yeah, remember the poll that I made about the which shows should I be doing on my favorite reviewing of my favorite episodes, and how, of course, the Thundermans won first, which I meant to put on the poll itself which one we'll do first. And yeah, of course, Henry Danger would be a one that also I would have done too. But yeah, I wanted to see which one I should have started first. So yeah, of course, the Thundermans won first. We already started the Thundermans ones, and now we are doing Henry Danger. Yeah, beginning Henry Dangers, which again is another show up there with the Thundermans that I really wanted to do this kind of series on reviewing my favorite episodes. And yeah, we start, and yeah, we are going to be going out of order when it comes to the number of the listings of episodes. So yeah, for the first one, we are going to be starting with a one that is my personal favorite from the first season, and it is with that character Orto, which yeah, he is really weird, that Orto character. But yeah, it starts with Charlotte trying to get into her locker, but of course it's not working, and yeah, telling Henry that, getting mad of how it's just not working, which she's wondering if he can use his wrist rods to get open her locker, which yeah, she calls a diversion, which she screams and everybody comes around her, and Henry zaps the locker to get it open, and Piper comes and yells at Henry as usual, and wondering where her phone is, and apparently yeah, he took her phone by accident. And then we see, yeah, that's when we do eventually see Orto and Jasper. And yeah, he's asking all these different questions, and yeah, Jasper being weird about with his hair. And yeah, he is asking these weird questions, like about their school water supply, and if there's any security cameras. Really weird questions. And then talking about, he's like, oh, I know all about Captain Man, and one day my father is hoping to take care of him. And of course they're confused about that, and he's like, it's still in the planning phase. Yeah, makes Charlotte and Henry quite confused. And yeah, this is disgusting, but when do we say Juck and stuff, Goats is showing Ray this trash machine that he made, a trash juicer. Yeah, dumping trash into the juicer, and yeah, literally squeezing out, making it into juice. And of course he drinks it, and he gets a Band-Aid out of his mouth. Like, why would you even make something like that? Why? And yeah, of course Charlotte and Henry are screaming when they're going down the elevator. And yeah, showing some pictures with some buckets that Jasper is holding. And then we see one with Orto. And then, yeah, of course, at first, Ray is like, come on, give him a break, he's new to the school. But then when they're like, and he threatened you, and he's like, what did he say? And then he actually has the realizing that when they said that his father's going to take care of him, and then he realizes after looking at the hair of Orto and talking about this villain named Drillfinger. Yeah, which again, the hair is identical, and talking to Goats, and he was saying the words before they took him away was saying that as soon as I got out of here, I'm going to take care of Captain Man. And yeah, he has to come up with a plan in order to spy on Orto, which, yeah, doing his chin, trying to come up with a plan of being like a substitute or something. And then they go to the school in disguise. Goats and Ray go to the school, and we see Gooch's nephew with the chicken pox. And yeah, they go to Miss Safin and literally rub a kid on her while she's screaming and or crying of what's going on while they're rubbing her with the child. And yeah, Jasper says that Miss Sapin got the chicken pox. So yeah, Ray and Goats pretty much gave their teacher chicken pox. And of course saying that they're getting a substitute. And of course Henry and Sarla's like, you don't think it's... And yep, of course it's Ray. Which he looks kind of ridiculous with that. And of course he has an accent. And of course Henry is just wondering, like, what are you doing? And yeah, then they call out Orto when it comes to people that start with O. And then we say that, yeah, Henry goes to the hallway and Ray, and after he's saying, I have a question about my personal hygiene. And yeah, Charlotte goes to them and saying that they better get back into class because Jasper is just telling her about all this weird stuff about his personal hygiene. And yeah, go over to Orto. And even, yeah, of course Henry and Charlotte is being suspicious with him too. And even take his turkey wrap as well that he was going to eat for lunch and dumps it on the floor. And then Ray says bring your father to work, or bring your father to class and do ortho. And yeah, tells Oliver to put his hands over his face. And yeah, Jasper tried his best to put Orto's wrap back together. And yeah, Jasper apologizes to Orto about his turkey wrap. And gave him a little bucket, of course. And then Orto is calling his dad, and Charlotte is being suspicious, and yeah, gets jump scared by Jasper. And then we see, later in class, we then see Orto's dad. And then, yeah, Ray then zaps him. And then, right before Orto can do anything, Henry zaps Orto. And then they drag him out of class and into the man cave. And of course they're wondering where they at. And then they confront them and asking all these different things, which, yeah, we do say that Goats then said that that's not Drillfinger they're talking to. Yeah. And that Drillfinger is in Nebraska. Or not in Swellview. Has been spotted not in Swellview. And of course they're like, Swellview is the only one we would protect. And yeah, of course they're wondering. So yeah, it's not Drillfinger or Drillfinger's dad. And asking all these different things, like wondering about the water. Why did he talk about the water supply and the cameras? And he's like, at Orto's last school, the security cameras caught him on camera picking his nose and taking care of Captain Man. And he's saying that Orto's dad is building a new retirement center, and he's hoping that one day, when Captain Man gets old, that he'll be able to take care of him for being for thanking him for being such a good superhero. And yeah, of course, they realize that they messed up very bad. They messed up very badly. And then they say that we're going to let you go as long as you don't say anything. And of course they're like, as soon as we get out, we're going to straight to the place. And yeah, they get zapped unconscious again. And then they just pretty much get just dragged and dumped out of this like grocery cart into this alleyway. And of course, just so they won't say anything to the police, Ray pretty much erases their memories. Yeah, uses the ray that we know that erases their memories. So now they'll have no memory of anything, not even knowing where they live. And yeah, of course, when they wake up, they're wondering who they are, who is who, and Ortho is like, I think I'm Booger Boy. And yeah, again, they just get dumped in the alley. But again, a good episode that I enjoy in Henry Danger, of a lot of episodes that I love from this show. And I'm very excited, along with the Thundermans, to start reviewing my favorite episodes of this show. Because again, this is another one that I grew up watching and I love. So yeah, I definitely cannot wait on doing more of my favorite episodes. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments below. See you next one.